In this video, I'm going to show you how to unknit. And there are lots of reasons this could come up. In my first pretend example, we're going to say that I was supposed to have switched to a ravel cord right here, and instead I accidentally set up my sock yarn. But there could be lots of things that you were supposed to do and you accidentally just cranked a little too far. It could be you were supposed to lift needles at that point. It could be you were supposed to change to a different color yarn. Could be you were supposed to, all sorts of things could happen. So as soon as you notice, stop, and you're going to lift as many needles out of work as possible. So figure out which of these can still come up. Some of them will already be caught under the cam system and they'll have to keep knitting. You'll lift all of them out of work that you can. If you are using your row counter, turn off the row counter now and make note of where your main mark is. So my main mark is about 9 o'clock. Okay. Now you've finished cranking. Now we need to unknit these stitches. Okay. And I'm going to show you two methods for doing that. So here are the stitches. The ones in yellow are the ones I want to unknit like they didn't happen. So first I'm going to use my loom tool and I'm going to go into the bar at the back of the needle. So I'm pulling the needle forward and I'm picking up that bar. And now I'm just going to lift that bar up and over the needle. You can see that lets my working yarn just come right out. So I'll show you a few more. So you just lift the bar up and over. Lift the bar up and over. Okay, and that unknits the stitches. So this next method comes to us thanks to Karen Rommel told us how to do this, which we appreciate. So the yarn is going this way and you just kind of pull it up and over and it just pulls the stitches right off. Whoop. Like that. So the stitches do have to be on top of the latches. The latches have to be tucked in order for that to work. But you can see they just kind of naturally pull themselves up and off. So now I have completely unknit with all of the stitches. So I'm back to, let's pretend whatever I was trying to do right at the main mark. So I am back to the main mark. Okay. Now I'm going to crank just until the needle with the working yarn is right at the edge of the yarn feeder. And that's where I'm going to start pushing needles back into work. Okay. Make sure that the latches are open. And then this is where you need to keep in mind whatever you were trying to do. So if what you're supposed to be doing is lifting needles from right here, I would actually be lifting these needles out of work. In my pretend example, I was supposed to be putting on a ravel cord, so that's what I'm going to do next. Untwisted, there we go. So here's where my working yarn is. Here's my first needle to be knit. So I'm going to crank until that needle is right at the break in the yarn feeder. And then that's where I could, let's say, put in my ravel cord. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Add a clip. And now crank the first couple of stitches slowly to make sure everything's knitting as it should be. Then you can push down the rest of the needles. Now that I'm back with my main mark where it was when I started my repair, in my example at 9 o'clock, I can go ahead and turn on my row counter and it will just resume counting like it was, as if that whole repair hadn't happened. I hope that helps and that you can now use those steps to apply that to whatever repair you need to make when you need to unknit a small section and go back. Happy cranking! Visit us at deanandbean.com and please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.